Hello everyone. There are many updates of SpaceX Starship and issues with Starlink satellites and big change in Cybertruck. First we will talk about updates on SN5 static fire test. This static fire test is being scrubbed due to the tropical storm. SpaceX's South Texas Starship factory and the latest full-scale rocket prototypes built there have managed to weather their first hurricane and tropical storm. Known as Hurricane Hanna, the Gulf of Mexico weather system made landfall just a few dozen miles north of SpaceX's facilities on July 25 with 90 miles per hour winds recorded. Thankfully, SpaceX's rocket factory and Starship prototype SN5 were spared from the worst of Hanna, which quickly devolved into a less threatening tropical storm 8 hours after landfall. Still, they were subjected to heavy rain, gusty winds, low visibility, and the threat of much worse conditions if Hurricane Hanna were to veer south. Originally planned on Saturday, July 25, SpaceX was forced to delay Starship SN5's first full wet dress rehearsal, WDR, and Raptor engine static fire test, following a solid 2 weeks of delays unrelated to bad weather. Weather, rocket, pad, and planet alignment willing, SpaceX may finally have a shot at static firing Starship SN5's Raptor SN27 engine, installed more than 3 weeks ago. As of now, Tropical Storm Hanna continues to fade away as it travels west over South Texas and Mexico. Ironically, testing Starship during extreme weather events could actually be a useful activity for SpaceX, given that the launch rates it may eventually need to squeeze out of Super Heavy and Starship will all but necessitate all-weather launch capabilities. Nevertheless, for early prototypes like SN5, testing during a major storm would do more harm than good by confounding critical data and observations needed to inform future tests and improve newer prototypes. Along those lines, Starship SN5 is now scheduled to attempt a WDR and static fire test no earlier than Monday, July 27 with a window stretching from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. There is still a chance of moderate rainfall and thunderstorms, but Boca Chica should be clear of Hanna-related storm warnings by the time Starship's test window open. Images of the comet Neowise, which is currently shooting across the outer solar system, have been disrupted by Elon Musk's SpaceX Starlink satellites. Neowise only makes its journey once every 6,800 years, but the satellite network has obstructed views of the comet. There are currently over 400 Starlink satellites in orbit above the Earth, in an endeavor to deliver high-speed internet by 2021. Eventually, there will be a constellation of around 12,000 of these satellites in space. The reason for the satellites' brightness is because they orbit closer to Earth than other satellites. Starlink orbits the Earth at an altitude of around 550 kilometers, rather than the 20,000 kilometers for altitude of medium Earth orbit satellites or the 36,000 kilometers for geostationary satellites that provide GPS systems. Astronomers, astrophysicists, and astrophotographers are concerned about the great deployment of small satellites orbiting the Earth. Astrophotographer Daniel Lopez, who snapped a photo of the disrupted Neowise. You watched Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley launch America, now get ready to welcome them home, NASA's Kennedy Space Center tweeted. NASA and SpaceX said they are targeting August 1 at 7:34 p.m. for the undocking of the Crew Dragon spacecraft from the space station and August 2 at 2:42 p.m. for splashdown, which will be the first return of a commercially built and operated American spacecraft carrying astronauts from the space station. Tesla will be changing the alloy it uses for the Cybertruck, CEO Musk said on Tuesday. Perhaps one of the most interesting and exciting parts of the Cybertruck during its unveiling event in November 2019 was the display of the truck's durability, thanks to its 30x cold-rolled stainless steel. The truck's durability was based on the fact that the 30x cold-rolled exoskeleton was the best that Tesla could find. The company was transparent that if there were a better material out there, they would use it. It seems that Tesla may have found something more durable, and it may be in tune with the new Starship. Tesla has been leveraging SpaceX welding techniques in its vehicles as well. With the Model Y, Tesla utilized friction stir welding to maintain the strength of aluminum and metal parts while securing a reliable bond between two pieces. This welding technique is popular among aerospace companies because it can bond two pieces of metal without compromising the strength of the material during the welding process. Now, Tesla is changing the alloy of the Cybertruck just like it is doing with the SpaceX Starship because alloy constituents and forming methods are rapidly changing, Musk said. The development of these new techniques and methods could reveal a more suitable material for the impenetrable Cybertruck exoskeleton. Just like Tesla had said in the past, if something more appropriate were available, they'd use it. It appears they plan to do precisely that. While the new Starship is currently using 304 liters alloy, it is unclear if Tesla will use that exact metal on the Cybertruck. As alloy constituents and forming methods consistently change, 304 liters will become more of an approximation. The video clips in this episode are from NASA's space flight. So, hope you liked this video. Subscribe to my channel for more latest updates. This is my 4th episode of my channel. This channel give updates mostly on SpaceX Starship.